Hey guys, this is Tamara. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Welcome back today. We're going to be talking about what's called the control wheel. And I think this is going to be important for us, not just because of intergenerational trauma and the lack of control that we often tend to feel because of that, but I also think it could be helpful for, kind of like where we're stuck. In this corona shutdown, stay-at-home order stuff, right? So I think it's good to kind of just take a break and step back and look at the control that we do and do not have, and then you can also apply it to the concept of intergenerational trauma as well, and the lack of control that we feel when we come from a pretty intense history of trauma. So we're going to talk about the control wheel, and I'm going to teach that to you. Okay, so thank you so much for coming back to my channel. For those who are subscribed and for those who are new, I encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stick around with us and be a part of our growing community. The benefits for you in today's videos, I'm going to highlight what the control wheel is, and I'm going to teach you how to actually do the activity. So let's go ahead and jump on in. All right, guys, so when you think about the control wheel, I want you to kind of think of Wheel of Fortune, because that's kind of the way that we're going to do this. We're going to create a wheel, and we're going to create like little pockets, and we're going to add some things in the, or maybe I should refer to this as like a pie chart. That might be a little bit better for you guys to conceptualize this. But a pie chart is kind of the way that I think we need to conceptualize this. So I want you to walk through this with me. So I encourage you to go ahead and get a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil marker and walk with me regarding this, okay? So first what we're going to do is we're going to draw a circle, okay? And again, this is called the control wheel. So you're going to draw a circle just like that, if you can see that, okay? You want your circle to be about that big, okay? And the way that I like to do this is I like to tell my kids, primarily the kids that come into my office, to make a donut. So you're going to draw one circle and then you're going to draw another circle, okay? Very much like a donut, okay? So when you do that, you're going to write on the outside of that donut or circle, things I can't control. Okay, so things I can't control. And it's going to look a little bit like this. All right, things that I can't control. On the inside, you're going to write things I can control. Okay, and it's cool, and it's going to look like that. So things that I can't control and things that I can control, okay? Now, what we're going to end up doing here with this control wheel is looking first at all the things that we feel that we do not have control of. And that could be in terms of, okay, I've been hit with intergenerational trauma, and now I'm at a loss in my world. You know, my world is turned upside down. I am suffering from secondary or vicarious trauma. You know, I'm burned out. I'm discouraged. You know, I'm at a certain level in my ethnic group or my socioeconomic status, and I feel like the world is gaining on me, and I feel like I'm not going to get to the place I need to go. I feel like my goals are too high for, my abilities, or I feel like the expectations are too high for me. Or you can apply it to this coronavirus shutdown thing. You can say something like, I feel like I can't control what's happening in the world, and especially in my world. I can't control my employment anymore. I can't control the money that's going in and coming out of my bank account. I can't control the fact that I could get hit with this virus, even though I've worn masks, even though I've done everything they want me to do. So you want to be able to add those things. So I'm going to start, okay? So the things that I can't control would be the world. Okay, the world. I can't control the virus. I can't control the president. Okay, I can't control my history of trauma. If I can spell. I can't control slavery, right? I can't control human trafficking. I can contribute to an effort to stop it, but I cannot stop that from happening, right? I can't control how long the stay-at-home order is going to be for those who are following the corona, the corona stuff. What else can't you control? I can't control that my body sometimes feels exhausted, right? So I can't control my body 100%, right? You can do things to contribute to the health of it, but you just can't quite control it, right? Sometimes the body shuts down. Sometimes the body just says, look, you need to go lay down, right? So you can't fight against that. You can't control that, okay? So this is how your paper should look, okay? Your paper should have all the things that you cannot control, or you feel that you cannot control, all around the donut here, or the pie chart, or the circle, whatever you want to call it. All right. So now we're going to go to what you can control and what's in your control. Okay. So what's in your control would be my values, my faith. Okay. Your faith is in your control, your values, right? Your morals. You can also say my household, right? So you can disinfect your household. You know, you can make sure that things are just the way you like them inside your home, right? You can also control your health care to a certain extent, right? So what I mean by health care is, you know, you can go to the doctors when you need to, you can eat healthy, you can regulate your blood sugar, right? You can take medication for your migraine headaches. Like, you can do all of those things to control your health, okay? The other thing is you control your diet, right? So you don't have to gain weight while we're trying to cope with Corona, because that's something I think that I've been doing, is just eating and eating and eating, especially on the weekends. That's when I tend to eat the most. So you can control your diet, right? You can control your savings, right? To a certain extent. You know, if you have extra money, do you really need to go to Starbucks? No, you can put that in the bank account. If you have extra money, do you really need to go, you know, and get that new vacuum cleaner you've always wanted, right? No, you really don't have to, right? You can also say that you can control your stress level. Okay, we can't necessarily help what's happening that's triggering our stress, but we can at least do things to reduce our stress, right? So we can take warm baths, we can go for walks with our dogs, we can pray, we can read our Bibles, right? We can journal, we can meditate, we can listen to music, we can connect with friends over FaceTime, we can go to counseling, because there's a lot of telehealth therapists out there that are just like really loving the fact that we have to do telehealth, right? So there are things that you can control to reduce your stress level, okay? So this is kind of how you want your paper to look, right? You want the things that you can't control to be all on the outside, right? Because you can't control these things. And you want the things that you can control in this circle, because they're all in your control. And I love doing this activity with clients. I didn't make this up, so I can't take the credit for it, but I love doing this with clients, and especially kids, because what it does is it shows them that, okay, here's all the big things that I can't control, but that's okay, because I also have some really cool things that I can control, and that's going to give me some sense of control in my world. I don't have to feel so helpless, right? I don't have to develop learned helplessness. I talk about that in this video right up here. I don't have to develop that. I can look at the things that I can control realistically, and I can hold on to those things and control them to the best of my ability until things in the world blow over, right? So I want you guys to keep that in mind for intergenerational trauma and for this whole Corona thing, right? There are things I can control, and here's what's in my realistic control, and these things out here I cannot control, right? And that's okay. So I hope this activity is helpful to you in a variety of ways. I encourage you, if you didn't walk with me through it, I encourage you to do it in your downtime. This may be a good activity to also try around bedtime, because it's a nice way to just get everything out, right? And then go to bed, you know? That's called the garbage can technique, and I may teach that to you guys at some point as well. So thank you so much for being with me in this video today, guys. I encourage you to give it a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to stick around with me. We're going to continue to be doing videos. I'm going to continue this conversation next week. I will be back on Sunday to post the video for the first few days of the week, and then I'll see you again on Wednesday. Stay safe, guys, and stay as sane as you can. I know this is tough, but we'll get through it together. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.